Good evening, and here we are on the third night of the Whisky Live Festival. Tonight I'm hanging out at the single barrel stand of Jack Daniels, and I'll be introducing you to another man, another Neil. This time it's a guy who actually designed all the Jack Daniels stands at the Whisky Live Festival. So he'll be coming through here soon. As you know, on the first night I went for the dapper vibe, second night's preppy, tonight's a bit of rock and roll as well. As you can see, the leather pants and the boots. I don't know if Jack Daniels would approve, but I'm sure the Rolling Stones would. So let's go and meet Neil. I'm standing here right now with Neil Stimmitz from Concept Designs, who designed all of the three Jack Daniels stands. Neil, how long did it take you to come up with all three of the ideas?
We had 3 weeks.
3 weeks from start to finish?
From start to finish, so it's quite a rush job.
And what is your favorite stand?
This one.
This one here?
I think this one is, yeah, single barrel.
And the Harley Davidson, where did you get that from?
I think Harley Davidson is a very cool stand. When I was younger, it used to be Jack Daniels was my favorite, my preferred drink.
Okay.
And we used to let our hair down when I still had the locks with the Doors, Jim Morrison.
Okay, sure.
And had wonderful times with Jack Daniels. And it's still my favorite, actually, of the three brands. It's my taste bud says I'm a number 7 man, but my taste now, as I've elevated in my life, is more.
So you think that Neil Stimmitz used to be at the number 7 stand, but now he's in the single barrel?
I think so. I think so.
Nice.
We all move on in our lives, but we still have got great memories from number 7.
Of course you do, the Doors and the Harley Davidson.
Exactly.
It's very nice to meet you, Neil, and I think you've done a fabulous job.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks.
Do you find Jack Daniels helps you score chicks?
Definitely.
Definitely. How many shots do you need to come right?
About half a bottle.
About half a bottle, that's all you need. I am seated here on this very spacious couch with none other than Anton van Zyl from Western Province, number 5 jumper. Enjoying the Whisky Festival.
Dude, I tell you what, it's incredibly impressive, eh?
Epic, even?
Could be epic, such a great vibe, some great whiskies around, a lot of people, Cape Town at its best.
Very much so. Anton, do you know that this is the biggest whiskey festival in the world?
I didn't actually know that, but you are actually always a wealth of information.
I try.
So, and you know, looking around now, I'm not surprised. She almost just elbowed me in the head.
Is that your bag?
Thank you, I like yours as well.
Can I have it?
Yeah, can I have it?
Can I touch it?
Do you want to sit on my lap?
Obviously, it's not every day that you're in the Whisky Festival with a household name and icon. Do you know any Jack Daniels facts?
I think one of those facts, there's only ever been 7 master blenders or something in the history of Jack. Is it 7?
It's 7, and you know that's the one at the moment who is the 7th one. He came into the 2oceansvibe radio studio.
I'm aware of that, and you know what else?
What else?
I received a bottle of Jack signed by him from the 2oceansvibe
Anton
radio
came on the
station.
show, and that was his gift. I can't actually believe I gave that to you.
Tune into the holiday.
Correct answer. C-tap coming through at face. So you know Jack Daniels was only 5'2". He couldn't be a jumper.
No, he wouldn't be a jumper.
Virtually every whiskey in the world uses second-hand barrels that come from Jack Daniels.
I didn't know that.
That's an absolute fact. Do you know Frank
So
Sinatra?
basically what you're telling me is in every single bottle of whiskey, there's a little bit of Jack.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Between me and you, do the boys ever have like a shot of Jack before a game or something like that?
We're off camera now?
Yeah.
Off the record.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's off.
Look, I mean, obviously there's been times when Oaks shoot a bit of Jack. You know what I mean? Whether
Before the game, and it works.
Definitely, no fear. Yeah, I mean, you know, each oak to his own. Some oak might have his own poison. Are you sure you're off camera?
I swear it's off.
Okay. And then every now and again, you know, the odd one goes perfect. All fun and
And you find your jumping improves.
I'm not sure.
Anton van Zyl, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the Whisky Festival, pal.
Cheers.
Chin chin.
Buffalo.
Good evening. I see you sporting a tash and a beard.
Yes.
Is that with respect to Jack Daniels?
Exactly. Jack Daniels is my favorite drink, man.
Is that right?
Definitely.
Is that why you molded your the facial hair like that?
That's why I've got a 2-liter Harley.
Is that right? Do you drink the old number 7?
Definitely.
Every day?
Not every day, man.
Every second day.
I used to drink it every day. I get a bit old now, so now it's every second day.
It's absolutely fine. It's nice to meet you, sir.
Cheers, pal.
I'm standing here with Neil Hendricks, who handles the whiskey side of things at RGBC, including the likes of Jack Daniels and Glenmorangie. Welcome to the party.
Thank you, welcome.
Neil, whiskey with an E and whiskey with no E. I see Jack Daniels has an E, but the festival, Whisky Live Festival, there's no E in it. Why do they use the E sometimes and why not?
Whiskey originally comes from the word ushkaba, which means the water of life.
And what is that language?
It's Gaelic.
Okay.
All right, so whiskey was invented, probably a lot of people say invented by the Irish, perfected by the Scots and went over to America, but whiskey comes from the word ushkaba, which eventually became ushki and then whiskey. But during Prohibition, it was used in America. They added the E in America and Ireland to differentiate their whiskey to the Scotch whiskies.
Okay.
So it's purely to differentiate where the whiskey comes from.
There's a lot of Glens out there. Why are they called Glen? Glen this, Glen that, Glen Neil, Glen Seth?
Glen McNash, there's Glen anything.
Why?
Glen is a Gaelic for a valley.
Gaelic again?
Yeah. Scotland, they speak a strange language. Certain parts of Scotland they still speak it. You can't understand it. But Glen means a valley. So Glenmorangie means the Valley of Tranquility or the Glen of Peace. Now a lot of these distilleries, whiskey's only been legally made since 1824 in Scotland. So before that it was all illicit distilling, it was illegal. So where these guys went to hide their stills was in the mountains and in the valleys, close to water, difficult for the taxman to get to. So they call it Glen wherever they are. Glenfiddich is the Glen of the Deer. Glenlivet
Are they all in a Glen nowadays?
They're not all in a glen, they're all very close to a glen. But you don't have to call it glen. But yeah, it just means valley, so it's the valley of that specific area.
Nice. I want to ask you one more thing. I've heard a rumor and I need you to confirm if it's true. Where do all the world's whiskies get their casks from?
In the States, to make bourbon whiskey or American whiskey, you have to use a brand new American oak cask every single time. Now, once they've used the cask at Jack Daniels, they can only make so many benches and so many pot plants. Then with the rest of the cask, they actually sell it to Scotland. A lot of the casks used at Jack Daniels get sent to Glenmorangie, and we use it in Scotland once they've used it in America.
Would you say that most of the whiskies at the Whisky Live Festival are using casks that came from Jack Daniels?
Most of them, yes.
That's why if you can't get Jack Daniels at a bar, it means it's been drunk too fast. You can order anything else because there'll always be a little bit of Jack inside it, right?
That's what they say.
Beautiful. Neil, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Most welcome.
I'm feeling every whiskey up in here.
What is your favorite whiskey at the moment?
My favorite whiskey I'm saying is Jameson 18-year-old.
Never heard of it. Have you heard of this stuff?
Jack Daniels.
Old number 7.
I've tasted Mr. Jack tonight.
Very nice. You just
Gentleman Jack and Gentleman Jack, I can tell you.
You just earned yourself a
It's
shot.
very good.
Stick your head back. You've just earned yourself a shot. Well done. Oh, good boy. And so it's the end of the Whisky Live Festival. It's been a fantastic 3 days. 3 days and 3 Jack Daniels stands. The original old number 7, the single barrel, and Gentleman Jack. There's something for everyone. For me, it'll always be old number 7. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Work is a sideline. Live the holiday.